Okay, so I'm going to show you then how we can make an animation by using the green screen in the studio. So something very simple like what we filmed. Well, I say filmed, we took a sequence of photos, namely this one, which is a little bit out of focus. So I'll try this one. Nah, still out of focus. So the first lesson that we've learned is to ensure that our focus is in focus. Okay, so yeah, I have a series of photos that you may remember we took during the lesson. Now these photos are only a sequence of photos um, of shoes walking backwards and forwards. Okay, so it should be possible to make these into a very quick animated GIF. So we will just firstly get the photos that we want. Sometimes it helps to see them as a list. Get all the ones with the green in, drag them in, and then we'll use the ones that we want. Okay, the focus is a little bit out on these pictures, and obviously I know that I don't want that one, so I'll get rid of that for a start. Otherwise, this is probably about right. Aha, more photos. Okay, so here we go. Yeah. Okay. So we have various pictures now being imported into Photoshop. So I should now have enough images to do another timeline. So if I create a video timeline, go into here. Again, the first shot I want is a blank green screen. So I will save this one as Photoshop is the format I want it in, and it's going to be called feet animation. Save that. One thing I noticed I just did there was I accidentally saved into the memory card. I don't really want to do that, so make sure you are saving into your documents. So I've now saved into the documents. I have a template for an animation, and then I'm going to very quickly just select all, copy, go back to my feet animation, paste. That's the first image I want, get rid of that. Second image is a little bit further along, select all, copy, paste. Okay, now what's happening is these photos are just moving. So it's quite important that if you're going to do feet, you do it like the humans do it, and you do it one foot in front of the other. Okay, because what we ultimately want here is a set of images that do that. I'm going to change my workspace, so I'm going to tile all because I want to see how many images I've got. So actually I don't have that many images here. What I need to focus on is which images I'm actually using. So I'll save my feet animation, that's kind of my template. But I'm going to go back into here and just have a quick look as to what these images are. Because I need to get the images. Aha! So the main ones that I need to use is that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And if we were to refilm it, some things that we could do better are to make it look a little bit more human. So here you'll notice that they just sort of slide. What we should have done is put the green foot first and then had that, so it's like that one. But yeah, I now know which photos I want, so I'm going to use that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and that one. So those are, so it's 3, 1 through to 3, 7. Okay, so da 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 da. Great. So the first one I've got is 3, 1. Okay, and then I'm just going to delete all the other layers because I don't want the rest of them. Tick that. Okay. Fine. Cancel that. So 3, 1 through to 3, 7. So here we go. Okay, so we're pretty much there. I want to start with that one. I still need 3, 1. Just want to find all the images I want. So 3, 1, 3, 3. 3, 1 and 3, 2 are still missing. I'm going to get my 3, 1 here. 3, 2. Yep. Now I've got 3, 3, 3, 4. Just put them in order. So I've got 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 7. Right, I'm now going to arrange all of those feet into a sequence. So 1, 2, 3. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shots. So we can get rid of all of these layers, drag them to the trash, and then I've got 7. Okay, delete that frame. So the first frame should be the first image. Should be a green screen. The second frame will be the second image. Third frame will be the third image. The fourth frame will be the fourth image. Fifth frame, fifth image. Sixth frame, sixth image. Seventh frame, seventh image. Back to the green. So if I now change that to 2 seconds, okay, we can play it back and see if it will loop. Once I've got my video looping, or my animation rather, it's not a video yet, it's just a sequence of photos being played back over and over again, and it looks like a pair of shoes walking along. The idea is we'll remove the green background and then we can use that there. One thing to note is there's a bit of shadow here, so when you're taking these photos, try and not only get your focus right, so with everything make sure you pull the focus or use your autofocus to make sure the pictures are in focus. And then obviously play it back, check that it works. So yeah, it does kind of work. What I would do is remove one of those green frames. So I'm going to remove that one because obviously if I've got a green frame at the beginning and a green frame at the end, then I'm not getting any kind of looping. So there we go, a nice video looping. I now need to export that to video. So I go click on here and export and then click render video. It will then render me an MP4. Okay, I'm saving it to my documents folder. Now once I've got that, and that video is rendered, as I check my documents folder, there's my MP4. Have a look at that. There we go, little video. Now if I wanted to, that's quite a quick video, probably about 1 second long. If I wanted to now remove the green screen, I would have to go out of Photoshop. So I can save the feet animation PSD, that's a Photoshop design document if I never need to go back to it. This one then, I need to open it with Premiere Pro. So if I find my Premiere Pro, there's my Premiere Pro. Click on that, open my MP4 with Premiere Pro. And then the idea is I'm going to use the Ultra key to remove the green background. Okay, so here we go. Once Premiere Pro loads, I can show you how to do that. In the meantime, what you might want to do is find yourself an image. So this is going to be, I'm looking for an image of the London Eye. Okay, the London Eye. And what I want to do is when I do this, I want to make sure that the tools here, settings here are set to look for large images. So in the tools, if I go to images, within the tools I can actually make sure I'm looking for just large images. And there's one with the blue lights around the London Eye. Oh, that's the intro to Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro is now loading. So I go new project, okay, call this animation, and it's a key. is I'm going to key out the background, key out the green frame. I'm going to save it in my documents. I don't want to save it in Premiere Pro, I'm just going to save it in documents. Choose that, animation key, okay, and I don't need to worry too much about the timeline settings because when I drag the clip in, it should change them. So yeah, I can use that. I'm going to use an image of the London Eye. I'm going to take this one, not only because it's got lights that I originally installed many years ago in preparation for the Queen Mother's birthday, so I remember going up a cherry picker and hanging these blue lights on these trees. Interesting story there. Nobody was interested. So if I then again just save these to my documents, okay, London Eye, there's an image now in documents that I can use. Documents and London Eye Twilight, save that. There we go. Now I've got an image that I can use in Premiere Pro, and I've got video, so I take my feet animation, drag it into here. There's the feet animation, and here's the background. So what I need to do is I need to put these on 2 different layers. Okay, so I need my video to be above the image which is underneath it. Then I'm going to use the video to take the background out. Now bear in mind the video is very short at the moment, so I'm going to need to loop that. So I'm going to need to press Command C, Command V, 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 until I've got as long as I want my animation to last for. If it's a 30-second advert, it's going to need to last that long. And it just goes round and round and round in loops. So I can just cut it there. You'll notice that I'm going to then need to select all of this footage and then move it up, because what I do need to do is ensure that my image is underneath the video in terms of how it comes out in the timeline, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to put my image there. So then I put my London Eye image underneath it, stretch it out for the length of the animation, or I mean I might want to change the different backgrounds, but let's just do that. Then let's say I take one image, double click on it, go into my editing, so I need to find my effects. So if I go into effects, I've got my video effects, I choose the keying effect, and I want to use the ultra key. So I'm going to copy that into this image, right? Now in effect controls, I've got my key controls. So I want to change this key color. I pick up this dropper and then I drop it there on the background, and you'll notice that now the background has come out with the London Eye. But the only clip that I've got, okay, is this one, the first one. So really I need to copy that into all of these other clips. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete all of these ones. I'm going to copy this, paste this, paste this. Now the reason why it's going into the first one is because, let's get rid of this, and then I'm going to get rid of all these because I've added the keying effect to that one. So I want to copy this clip because this clip's got the key on it. I need to move this up to there in order to copy it onto the same timeline. So you see that? I've just moved the V1 up, and now I can get 30 seconds of that film going round and round. Put my London Eye underneath it, and then all of this will be behind the London Eye. If I then want to change that background, I've just got to change that image, and again just drag it from there into the V1 channel. And again, with images, if it's the same image, you can actually pull it and just drag it out so it lasts the length of the film. Okay, once you're done and you're happy with your animation, you can also resize that. So if you double click on it, go into effect controls, I can go into my motion controls, drop down menu here, I can scale it down, so I can move it as well. Yeah, so I might want to move it up a little bit, I might want to scale it up, I might want to move it down, I might want it even bigger, you know. It depends how you want your image framed. Or the other thing you can do is put a piece of video behind it. It doesn't have to just be an image. You could have some moving image there if you wanted to. Okay, but yeah, so then in order to export, you go to the beginning of your sequence, press I for the in point, go to the end of your sequence, about just around 30 seconds, press O for the out point, then you go to File, then you go Export Media, change it to an MP4, so I'm going to use Format QuickTime, and I'm going to use the H.264 compression, it's classic MP4. I'm going to make sure that I'm saving it to my Documents folder. It's still called Feet Animation. Okay, I don't want to replace my original thing, so I've got to change that. Feet Animation, and I'll call it Keyed, because it has been keyed. So it means that it's got something in the background, the green has been replaced. Then I go Export, it will then export it. Happens very quickly, because it's only 30 seconds worth of film. And then I can show you what it looks like. Here we go. Quick export there. Lovely. And then let's get rid of that, and you will notice that my key now looks like this. There we go. Now obviously ways that I could improve that, I could make the feet look a little bit more human by making them kind of move more like feet do. At the moment they're constantly touching the ground, and yes, they move forward, but feet go up and down. So you could do that by balancing them on something that the camera can't see, so they kind of move up and down. You could also use more photos. So if you have more photos and make them last less time on the screen, then they will effectively look a bit more human, and the animation won't be as blocky or as clunky as this one. Okay, fantastic. So there you go. That's animation 1.1, I suppose.